Easy to make Frankenstein brownie pops.
Let's see what's cooking. Let's get the facts. Let's see what's cooking. It's time for yoyomax12.
Hello everyone. The first part of this recipe I'm showing you is optional. I decided to tint the popsicle sticks I was going to use for this recipe purple with a little bit of food coloring. I'm using a pastry brush to do this, but you could also use a brand new paintbrush. Now you don't have to tint the whole thing. You can leave one end untinted because that's the part that's going to go inside the brownie. Just allow them to dry completely before you use them. Now for the brownie portion of this recipe, you can use your favorite brownie recipe from scratch, or you could use a boxed recipe, and that's what I decided to use because I happen to have one sitting in the cupboard. I mixed it up according to packet directions, I baked it, and allowed it to cool completely. Now you're going to cut it into small rectangles. Now the shape and the size of these is completely up to you. So once you have all your rectangles cut up, we're ready to insert those colored popsicle sticks. About halfway in should be just fine. Now to coat these, I'm using candy melts. These are lime green. I melted them in the microwave at 50% power, and if you need to, you can thin them out if they're too thick by using some vegetable shortening. So I covered the brownie pieces with the candy melts. I allowed the excess to drip off, and then I placed them onto a piece of waxed paper to harden. Once they're hardened, you can continue to decorate. I did some purple candy melts the same way in the microwave, and I put them into a Ziploc bag with just a small hole cut out in the corner. And I'm going to draw on some purple Frankenstein hair. You could also use black for this if you like. And I did some on the front, on the sides, and on the top. Now, no self-respecting Frankenstein monster would be seen in public without some bolts attached to their necks. I used some black Twizzlers, licorice. I cut little pieces, dipped them into some candy melts, and just held them to the sides of the brownie pops just for a few seconds until they stuck. And I added some eyes. These are pre-made candy eyes, but you can also make your own eyes with a little bit of white frosting with a little candy in the center or a little dab of black frosting. Now to add more details, I used black frosting to make a Frankenstein kind of squiggly smile. Black frosting is hard to achieve because of that very, very intense color. What I like to do for black frosting for small details is to buy it pre-made. It comes in these tubes, and what's great about it is if you buy a coupler and a writing tip, it attaches right to that plastic tube, and it works really, really well. So I drew a smile on, and I also drew on a little scar on this forehead. And that's about it. You can put these into a styrofoam block to display them, or you can just put them into individual treat bags with a purple or black ribbon, and you have a great little Halloween treat. If you bake up a big batch of brownies, you can make these Frankenstein brownie pops and these coffin brownies for Halloween. If you want to see this video, go ahead and click right on your screen or see the link in the description box below the video. And while you're here, why don't you click on that big red subscribe button? That way you won't miss a single video. Thanks for watching.